Hi there guys and welcome back to the Red and Blue Site YouTube channel. It's that time again. The fixture list for the 2019-20 Premier League season have just come out. I have them here, and straight off the bat we've got some really interesting ones kicking off the season. Opening weekend, get it in your diaries now. We are home to Everton, home game. Everton, I'm quite happy about that. I think that's a fairly big game, and I think Everton's typically a team we don't do too well, especially away from home. In recent years anyway. So I think to get that one done on the first game of the season is a bit more of a leveller when you're playing a bigger team, in my opinion. I think it's a good chance to try and get them when they're not, when they're not ready, or maybe when they're a bit... The same applies to us as well. We may not be completely ready by the start of the season. You never know with the opening game. Everyone may not be up to full fitness. So it's a good chance against a larger team to get a shock result, I think. Home to Everton, 3 o'clock, Saturday 10th of August. Get it down. I'm going to do all the main fixtures that I think are really important. Boxing Day, Brighton, and we'll kick things off with that. Make sure you get it down in your diary if you haven't already. Really interesting. First away game of the season. We are away on Saturday, 17th of August at Bramall Lane. We're away to Sheffield United. That will be Sheffield United's first home game in the Premier League since 2007 as well. Mate, I think that's going to be really tricky. I could see us dropping points, maybe a defeat there. Typically against newly promoted teams, it's so hard at the start of the season. You saw if Huddersfield went in their first year when they obviously smashed us 3-0 first game. They get a real bounce at the start of the season, I think. So I think that's going to be tough. I know Sheffield United are one of the favourites to go down, but still, and we're going to probably go there. It's going to be a rocking atmosphere at that stage in the season as well. It's going to be a fantastic away day. So I'm hoping really I can go to Bramall Lane for that. But Sheffield United's second game of the season, our first away day is to Sheffield United, newly promoted. Place will be rocking. That should be a lively one. Looking forward to that. Then we're away to Man United, so 2 really tough games back-to-back away from home. But then our next home game, our second home game, is at home to Villa. So August is a really interesting month. We get 2 newly promoted teams and away to Old Trafford as well in just the first month of August. So really, really interesting and tough start to the season, I have to say. It's a tough start set of fixtures, but that kind of means I think it'll be a bit of an easier run in. We've then got Spurs and Wolves coming up in September, home to Manchester City in October, and away to Arsenal the week after, so tricky few weekends there. I'm just skimming through these. They're obviously the big teams are important ones that I'm going to point out. And if you want to know anything like Burnley or Leicester, I don't know why you necessarily want to know those fixtures in particular, but if you do, then check out it on the Premier League site. That's what I'm doing. I'm just going to do the bigger fixtures. Saturday, 9th of November, away to Stamford Bridge, and then the week after, we are at home to Liverpool. So I've noticed this, we've got 2 weekends in a row where we're playing larger teams, like top 6 teams, and then it's split up by a few fixtures against mid-table to lower half teams. So interesting the way that it's been structured for Palace so far. We then come into November. We're starting to get into the Christmas period now. In start of December, we play on Wednesday. That'll be a live game at home to Bournemouth, 8 o'clock. And then we come to the big one, Saturday 14th of December. This will change probably. Saturday 3 o'clock kickoff. This will change. Brighton on Saturday 14th of December. It says that, but that will change, guys. It'll probably be Sunday, the 15th of December, I'm assuming. That weekend, but Christmas, 10 days till Christmas, we will be playing Brighton at home. So of the last few seasons, the first fixture's been away at the Amex between the two sides. We've got to get our own back this time round. Doing the double over last year was really poor for us to let Brighton do that. So this is so important, this fixture in particular. But Brighton will be coming in December. Let's beat them up this time. Come on, let's smash them. Come on, Palace, no mucking about. Then we get into the important ones. Thursday, 26th December, Boxing Day, home to West Ham, London derby. Really happy about that. Home game as well on Boxing Day. That's always nice, and against the London rival as well. A bit of a fiery fixture over recent years as well. It's been some interesting scorelines. Chance there to beat them too. Yeah, I'm happy with that fixture. I'm happy with that one. I think that West Ham, a bit of a London derby on a Boxing Day. Nothing wrong with that at all. And I think that'll be an okay away day for West Ham fans as well. I think on a Boxing Day, you don't want it to be such a really long away day. You want it to be a bit more local, if you get what I mean. Then we come up to the busy period around New Year. Obviously, there is going to be a winter break in February this next season, so that's got to be remembered as well. But Saturday, 28th, We then go away to Southampton. We love playing Southampton around that time of the season. It seems like last few seasons we've gone down to St Mary's around this sort of time. But we play Southampton away Saturday 28th. That's the next one. Palace then. First time we're playing away to Norwich on New Year's Day. Away to Norwich, Carrow Road. So the newly promoted team's got some big fixtures on the important dates. Away to Norwich. I'm happy about that. Newly promoted team on New Year's Day. At that point, the league will probably have moved to around about where the teams will finish by halfway point in the season. You get a rough idea of where teams are going to end up. So hopefully Norwich aren't aren't needing a result out of that at that stage, and it will be a bit of a nicer, less stress-free away day. But away to Carrow Road, we've got a good record there. I was there for the opening game of the season back when we had Pardew, when we won 3-1, Johan Kabai's debut. That was a great away day back then. So hopefully we can replicate that again next season. But that's really interesting. And then Saturday 11th of January, the next game after that, get a bit of a break after that busy fixture list. We then in 11th January 2020, home to Arsenal at Sellers Park. Good record against Arsenal at home in recent seasons. Hopefully that continues. And then again, the next fixture after that is away to the Etihad, of course, where we had the historic win last season. Will we do it again? I think it's highly unlikely you do it 2 seasons in a row, but I could be wrong. So hard to predict with Palace, but we play City the week after Arsenal. So again, you see there, we play a big team one weekend, and then the next fixture is going to be another big team, and then you go into a bit of a gap again. 1st of February, we've got Sheffield United at our place, newly promoted teams, I think important to know. Scrolling down, and then the big one as well, at the Amex, we are 29th of February. Again, I think that's a Saturday 29th of February. That will be changed probably to the 30th or maybe a midweek fixture, but end of February we play Brighton away. That's the next game where we have to win at the Amex. So yeah, get that down in your diaries, guys. So we're going to be playing Brighton in the start of midway through December, and then in February we go at the Amex. So we kind of get those fixtures quite close to each other actually. So interesting stuff there on the fixture list from the Premier League. Watford at home, if you're interested, 7th of March 2020. I know we've had a bit of a fiery few fixtures with them in recent years. Saturday 21st of March, we're away to Liverpool at Anfield. That we don't actually have a big game after that. We've got a home to Burnley after that, so that's nice. It's not like we're playing Chelsea or Man United again after that. Now, let's go straight down to the run-in. Ooh, we better be safe by the time we get to the run-in. Let's put it that way, guys. Let's start it off. In fact, we'll start from 11th of April 2020, away at the King Power to Leicester. 1, 2, 3... 4, 5, 6. So these are our last 6 games, okay? These are our last 6 games. First one, 11th of April 2020, away to Leicester. That's going to be tough because they're going to be a stronger team than last year. They've got another season under Brendan Rodgers. They already were challenging for a Europa League place at the end of last season. Tough side, away from home. Not an easy game, even though we have smashed them up in previous seasons. Then, Saturday, 18th of April, the next week, 5th game before the end of the season, we have got home to Chelsea. Obviously at home, much more confident of getting a result against a bigger team, of course, but it's still Chelsea. We're still likely to lose that. But you never know. The way Chelsea are at the moment, the system they're under, with no players coming in, transfer ban, could be a good time to play them, to get results at home anyway. Then you come to the last 4 games, away to Villa. So at that stage, Villa may need results to stay up, and away to Villa at any time is a really difficult game. So that could be hard, especially for a team like us. I know that we can bottle it against those sort of games. 25th of April 2020, Villa, and then you come to the final 3 games. 2nd of May 2020, home to Man United. That could be massive, both for us and for United. You don't know what situation they could be in at that stage, but home game against United. That will be the penultimate home game of the season as well. What a way to finish the season. That would be against Manchester United at home. Then our final away day of the season will be away at Molineux, away to Wolves. Now, we had a great away day there last season in a midweek game around Christmas. Ayew getting the highlight for Ayew there, getting a great goal to seal the win. But away to Wolves, they can only get stronger next year, surely. It's going to be tough, but that last away game, I think that the way that they perform, they're very inconsistent. So you never know against Wolves. That could be a good game for us. And then the final game of the season, get it down in your diaries. Sunday, 17th of May, 2020. I think that's similar to what last season's was. Crystal Palace at home to Tottenham Hotspur, and I think that's a fantastic way to finish off the season. London derby at Selhurst Park. Selhurst Park rocking. Spurs will probably be, hopefully by then, safe in the top four or wherever they're finishing, and we will be safe, and then it will be a London derby, a bit of a shootout there to see who can get the 3 points in the final game. But that's the fixture list, guys. Fantastic stuff. I'm really happy with it. I think the run-in's difficult, don't get me wrong. I think the run-in needs to be looked at for us. Start of the season, as I said, you get those 2 fixtures where you get a big team and then a big team the week after, and then a bit of a gap, then a big team 2 weeks in a row. So interesting how that's panned out. I think that's quite good, getting them done fairly early. But yeah, to be honest, you've got to play everyone, haven't you, every season? It's just a matter of how they line up, what month looks cool. The tricky month, what month looks like a good month. For me, I think the final month, May, and the end of April looks like it's tricky. The run-in looks quite tricky. But I'm really happy with the Christmas fixtures, Brighton fixtures as well. It's going to be cold. It's going to be like gritty. December and February we're playing Brighton, and getting down right now, guys. Opening game of the season, home to Everton. Home game, first game of the season is fantastic. Home to Everton, Saturday 10th of August. Get that down in your diaries now. Thank you guys for watching. Just a quick reaction to the fixtures just come out now. Be sure to comment your thoughts down below. Any fixtures that you're interested in, I'd love to hear. Any videos you're interested in me to do in the future, let me know. Like, share, subscribe. Come on, Palace. The season, it almost feels like it's round the corner. There's still a long way to go until the season starts in August, but the fixtures are out. I'm really happy.